It was a quiet afternoon in a small-town diner when a shy young waitress did something that no one expected. She didn't do it for money, or attention, or even recognition. She did it because her heart told her to. And that one simple act of kindness would change her entire life, and move a powerful billionaire to tears. What happened that day reminded everyone watching that kindness still exists, and sometimes it finds us when we least expect it. Hey friends, welcome back to Whispers of Goodness, where we share real and inspiring stories that touch the heart and remind us of the beauty of humanity. If you love stories that make you believe in kindness again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts after this story. Now, let's begin. Mia was a shy 22-year-old waitress working the morning shift at a small diner just outside of Chicago. She'd been there for a little over a year, quietly refilling coffee cups and offering gentle smiles to every customer who came through the door. She wasn't the kind of person who liked to talk much. Most days, her voice barely rose above a whisper. But what Mia lacked in words, she made up for in warmth. She always noticed when someone was having a bad day. She'd slip an extra napkin under their cup or bring an extra refill without being asked. For her, small acts of kindness came naturally. They were part of who she was. One chilly morning in November, the diner's door chimed, and in walked an older woman with kind eyes and soft gray hair. She sat alone in the corner booth by the window. Mia noticed something immediately. The woman didn't speak when she ordered. Instead, she pointed at the menu and gestured with her hands. At first, Mia was confused, but then she realized. The woman was deaf. Mia's heart squeezed. Her little sister, Lily, had been born partially deaf, and for years Mia had been learning American Sign Language to communicate with her. It wasn't perfect, but she knew enough to understand. So instead of writing on a notepad like most waiters might have done, Mia gently signed hello. "What would you like today?" The woman's eyes widened in surprise. Her whole face softened into a warm smile. She signed back slowly. "You know sign language?" Mia nodded shyly, smiling. "A little. My sister is deaf." From that moment on, their interaction was different. The woman, whose name was Evelyn, signed her order a cup of black coffee, eggs sunny side up, and a slice of toast. Mia made sure everything came out just right. When she delivered the food, Evelyn signed, "Thank you. You're very kind." Mia signed back, "You're welcome." It was a simple exchange, but for Evelyn, it meant the world. Most people treated her with impatience, frustration, or pity. But this young waitress had met her where she was, with understanding and kindness. What Mia didn't know was that Evelyn wasn't just any customer. She was the mother of one of the most powerful businessmen in Chicago, billionaire real estate developer Nathan Hart. 2 days later, a shiny black car pulled into the diner parking lot. Mia was wiping down tables when she noticed a tall man in a suit walk in, his presence instantly commanding attention. He looked out of place in the small-town diner. He scanned the room until his eyes landed on her. "Are you Maya?" he asked, his voice deep but kind. Maya froze for a second, her rag still in her hand. "Yes, that's me." He smiled slightly. "I'm Nathan Hart. You waited on my mother, Evelyn, a few days ago." Maya's heart skipped. "Oh, yes, she was so sweet." Nathan nodded slowly. "She told me about you, said you signed to her. She hasn't stopped talking about it since." He paused, his voice softening. "You made her feel seen." Mia blushed. "I'm glad she felt comfortable. She reminded me of my sister." Nathan looked down for a moment, collecting himself. "My mother doesn't go out much anymore. People can be cruel or impatient. But she said your kindness made her feel human again." The diner had grown quiet. Even Mia's coworkers were listening. Then Nathan said something that took everyone by surprise. "I wanted to thank you personally. My company runs a charity foundation that supports education and accessibility for the deaf community. We've been searching for someone who truly understands compassion, someone real. My mother insisted we meet you." Maya's eyes widened. "Me? Oh, I'm just a waitress." But Nathan shook his head. "No, you're someone who sees people for who they are. That's rare." He handed her a card. "We'd like to offer you a position at our foundation, helping coordinate outreach programs. You'd be working with us, and with my mother." Mia was speechless. She had no college degree, no fancy experience, just her heart. "Why me?" she whispered. Nathan smiled. "Because kindness can't be taught in a classroom. A month later, Mia stood in the gleaming glass building of the Heart Foundation. She wore a simple blue blouse, her hair pulled back neatly. Evelyn greeted her in the lobby with open arms. They signed to each other with laughter and ease. Evelyn taught her more sign language, while Maya helped plan community events for deaf children and families. Together, they built something beautiful. A place where everyone felt heard. Nathan often stopped by to check on the projects. At first he was all business, spreadsheets, budgets, and deadlines. But every time he saw Mia signing with his mother, something softened in him. He'd lost his father years ago, and his mother's world had grown quiet since then. But now, with Maya's presence, the light had returned to Evelyn's eyes. Nathan couldn't ignore the way Maya's kindness seemed to ripple through every person she met. One afternoon, after a long meeting, Evelyn gestured for her son to sit beside her. She signed something, and Mia translated softly. "She says she hasn't seen you smile like this in years." Nathan chuckled, glancing at his mother. "She's probably right." Then he turned to Mia. "You've changed her life, you know." Mia shook her head. "She changed mine." A few months later, the Heart Foundation hosted a charity gala for the deaf community. It was a beautiful evening. Soft lights, music, and people from all walks of life gathered together. Evelyn sat proudly at the front, watching her son and Mia on stage. Mia was nervous, her hands trembling slightly as she stepped up to the microphone. She took a deep breath and began to speak, her voice gentle but strong. "When I first met Evelyn, I didn't know who she was. I only knew she was someone who deserved kindness, just like anyone else. That's the thing about kindness. It doesn't need to be big or expensive. Sometimes, it's just a smile, a gesture, a few signs that say, 'I see you.'" As she spoke, she began signing her words so that everyone, hearing or deaf, could understand. "I never imagined that one small act could lead to something this big. But what I've learned is this: when you lead with kindness, you don't just change someone else's life, you change your own." The crowd fell silent. Even Nathan had tears in his eyes. Evelyn's hands trembled as she signed to her son. "She's family now." Nathan nodded, wiping his eyes. "Yeah, Mom, she is." When the speech ended, the room erupted in applause. A mix of clapping and signing applause from the deaf guests. Evelyn stood and hugged Mia tightly, tears running down her cheeks. For a long moment, they just held each other. Two souls connected by compassion, by understanding, by kindness. In the months that followed, Mia continued to work at the foundation, helping hundreds of families find the support they needed. Nathan and Evelyn often said that meeting her had been the best thing that ever happened to them. But if you asked Mia, she'd say the same about them. Because in a world that often moves too fast, where people forget to look up, to notice, to care, kindness still has the power to stop time, to change hearts, to bring tears to even the wealthiest man in the room. And it all started with one shy waitress who simply chose to be kind. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Goodness. Every week we bring you true and inspiring stories that remind us all to slow down, be kind, and make the world a little softer. Because you never know, your small act of kindness might just be the miracle someone's been waiting for.